Damn it. Still not up. Call me the Merc. Give it a little bit. Get a little people. Get a little bit of people in chat. That was tough to say. I don't know why that was so tough to say. It felt tough to say. Let's see what we got. Let's get this popped up. Get this popped up. What's going on, Kit? How are you? P Spice, Antonio, Lottie. How are you all? Are you all well? Y'all doing well? We got a lot of updates coming out. We have a lot of updates that are about to happen. The big update is that I'm going on vacation after this tournament. I'm going on my ass going on vacation. None of y'all finding me anywhere. What's going on, Monster? Yersa, how are you? How are you doing? Twitch, watching your stream at 4 a.m. Oof. Make sure you get some sleep over there. Persuade, I'm about to take my finals for my nursing class. Do you have any study tips? Yeah, nursing's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Don't overthink it. You're gonna overthink it. Don't. I have not seen any leaks on them. No, I haven't. Pookie, don't stay in vacation for 2 years this time. I'm begging. Oh, that was good, Nico. That was good. No, this is this has been a very, very successful tournament so far. Unfortunately, it's been very difficult for a lot of the competitors and the players. So, it's important to talk about both of those aspects at the same time. I do know that NetEase, they've been very much so aware that we actually had 64 teams show up. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing for the server, good thing for where we're at. Yo, what's going on? Hey, how you
Cheers to the
doing, Dan?
players and the tournament organizers. No one knew what a Goliath organizing this would turn out to be.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. That makes me feel very good. Thank you. You know, that's the crazy thing. We've been taking a lot of accountability, but you know what's funny is that every single team that we have spoken to privately on the Discord, and we're well over 20 to 25 teams, let alone what Eli has done, because Eli has also spoken to an additional 15 teams. Everyone's happy about the opportunity. You know, obviously there's things that we got to patch up, get better at, whatever. But it's never happened in any Identity 5 server ever. So for the for this to be our first tournament, I think we aimed a little too high, but we're hanging in there. Um, but I think that a lot of the teams they've had to make sacrifices. I feel bad for that. But we're getting there. This weekend will be the end result. I feel bad though, because we have a whole bunch of updates that happened. You know, we got some nerfs going on right now, and the competitors they have very little time to adapt to this, which is very much so unfair to them. So we just got to get through with this tournament. Can we get a dad joke real quick? A dad joke. Let's see. I don't think I have one on top of my head right now. Hold on, my voice. Hold on one second. We've gone We've gone the past 3 weeks doing nothing but this tournament. I haven't even ranked up. I haven't had any time to rank up, not like literally like no time. So after this tournament, it'll be nice to go back to streaming and just being me and my little island where everyone doesn't want to decapitate me. So that'll be a good thing. It'll be a good feeling. But it's been, in all fairness though, it's been great. We've seen so much solid gameplay, so much good gameplay. When we a long time ago when we were talking with NetEase years ago, NetEase said that if you ever want a professional league on this server, you need to show at least, and that was the word that they used or phrase, at least 8 pro caliber like teams. Now I haven't been able to see all the teams play. There's way too many. There's some teams that are together because, they were randoms that all just we joined, we formed and whatnot. But I definitely see 12 teams where I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. Like these teams, let alone 8, I see 12. And we're about to have the COA qualifiers soon. I think the COA qualifiers may start next week. I think that on our server, this is going to be the most competitive that it's ever been in the history of this game. Hands down. Um, it's just too insane. There's too many teams, there's too many good players, there's too many good survivors, too many good hunters. I've talked to numerous players in this server, especially high tier players. Players including myself and Eli as a shoutcaster, and nobody expected not only the turnout but the professional amount of gameplay. There's so many good teams. This has never been demonstrated in it. I don't care what anyone says. I keep making this joke over there on TikTok. You know how Taylor Swift is doing her Era tour, or she ended it? I don't even know, but there was something to do with that. I'm on my apology tour, but at the end of the day, like when I look back, I'm looking at this and I'm like, holy shit! Like this showed how many good players there are. Our regional tournament that all of China, all of Japan, all of Southeast Asia, all of those servers, what they're about to get in February is going to be 10 times better now because of this tournament. Hands down. No one can, no, you can't take that away. You literally can't. Come into a voice chat. Would love to fucking destroy you in that one. So as I'm apologizing for a million things, I'm looking at it and I'm like, the competitiveness on the server I'm so happy about. I'm so proud of. And I think that looking at the competitiveness that we're seeing, I think that our regionals are going to be 10 times better. Let me make this very clear. If you are a team that is trying to make the COA qualifiers, which means that you need to start ranking, I think next week on Wednesday, give or take, you have to make a lot of points as a team in order to get into the top 8 so you can eventually compete in the COA qualifiers, which I don't think I'll be a part of in any aspect. I think that this is going to be the most intense that it's ever been in the history of this server. As somebody who has won as a coach every year when I was a coach, as a shoutcaster in COA too, I've never seen it like this. And I was talking to Schmitty, and even Schmitty was like, dude, I didn't know that we had this many good teams on this server. None of us did. Nobody did. Historically, we've had 4. Nobody will refute that. There's always been like 4 teams that are like, even NetEase knows that. I'm looking at this gameplay and I'm like, all 12 of those teams that I've looked at so far, I'm like, if I was a coach, yeah, all right? It gets me excited, not because of me, because of you as players, you as coaches, you as teams. I think historically during these COA qualifiers, people have been able to be relaxed on the server because if you were one of those top 4 teams, you knew you were going to get in no matter what. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that what's about to happen is going to be the most intense that this server has ever been. And you all need to be prepared for that. and you all need to get ready. You need to get ready for the rank sessions, the grinding. You're gonna lose sleep. It's gonna be awful. But welcome to this part of the tournament. Not with this tournament, but with the next one. And this tournament has really sparked this energy among many competitors, and they deserve that moment. And I think that our regionals are going to be the best that we have ever seen when it's hosted by NetEase. I think our server is going to look much better because now we're going to have teams who are actually prepared, because that's what this tournament has been for, is in preparation of that. And originally it was supposed to be a fun tournament, and I did a 180, which is not fair to anyone. But I think that this server is going to look the most attractive that it's ever been in the history of this server ever in February with the regionals. And people are going to look at our server and be like, what the hell happened? We remember that like we'd only want to watch like the finals just to see the two teams that may make it to KOA. And now we see at least 8 solid teams, which is the KOA qualifier restrictions. And then that's where I got to do my job and keep pushing it forward, keep it going. um, what's very interesting is that I didn't want to be a shoutcaster professionally. I like being able to do my own thing on my own channel, be fun, quirky. Um, but you know what was interesting? Bada bing and that bada boom. That name, dude. That name is crazy. um, the problem is that based on the analytics, the viewership of NAEU historically has been down for years. Um, and the viewership that with what we're seeing with this tournament is quite high. So I think that because I don't think I'm gonna have anything to do with the next qualifiers. I don't feel this like urgent need to like pressure NetEase, like hire me as a shoutcaster or do this or do that. I kind of like my privacy. I like my own little bubble. So these past 3 weeks have been quite what's the word? What's the word? It's been quite mm, a lot. So over the years I've gotten better at my own like little bubble, my own little privacy and all that stuff. Um, but then people, what I'm being told now is like, oh, should you be involved in that to get that viewership up for the players? So I don't really know what to do with that because I feel like there's ego involved in that. So I have no problem being completely uninvolved in the Core tournament. I have no problem just being like just another streamer chilling, like like we're good, but then now what's coming up is like, but if you're there, like would it increase viewership? Would that help the serve? And now I'm like, I don't really want to do that though. Like, how about we give those opportunities to other players and stuff? I don't feel aggressive in that aspect. I'm perfectly fine with where I'm at. So there's a part of me that would like to enjoy that as a spectator. But going forward, like I said, we have a lot of tournament ideas, a lot of things that we have learned from this. But man, this tournament is going to make us look good as a server. Um, not only this tournament's going to make us look pretty good because we've been able to keep things together with, bubble gum and glue, and we're doing all right. But like, I'm just so excited for the regionals, man. I'm so unbelievably excited for the regionals. Like, I think that the official, like, there's just so much there. There are professional teams that are connecting. You got new teams like Globe that are making a name for themselves. You have all of these teams. You got GSL who did very well. They need some coach in there, but they got a lot of potential as a team with GSL. They got to patch some stuff up. But I look at them and I'm like that looks like a pretty good team. There's so many other teams too. So many. I mean, I'm not going to go through all 12 teams because here's the issue. I haven't been able to see all of the gameplay. So when I say that I see 12 caliber, pro caliber like teams, that doesn't mean that there's not more. It's limited to what we're able to see on live feed, what I'm able to see off live feed. But I'm very happy for the server. Very, very incredibly happy for the server. And all we can do is keep pushing forward. You know, everybody wanted me to come back, and sometimes you're not going to always like dad when he comes back. There's going to be things that you hate your dad for, right? But eventually you're going to like me. I promise you. Just give me some time. Wait till I hit my evil arc. I'm going to be fucking hitting all of you on the chair, by the way. Any of you, I'm telling you right now, I don't even care. It's going to be all over TikTok, all over Twitter. Everyone's going, oh, Persuadable, so toxic. I am telling you right now, after this tournament, boo-boos, I'm hitting all of you motherfuckers on the chair as a hunter. I don't care. Don't care. I am about to wage war on the whole damn server. Don't care. I'm not really, because I posted on Twitter that if you have a clip of me hitting you on the chair, that I'll gift you anything on your wish list. And I'm already spending a lot of money on this tournament. But like, give me until January, and then I'll start hitting all of you. And then when you get me on clip, you get something on your wish list. There's gonna be people who are part of that and people who aren't. I don't care. Yeah, you're all so worried about what everybody on TikTok and Twitter are posting about you. Stop it. Who gives a damn what any of them are posting about you? When I get off of live feed and I go to bed, I get my old grandpa nap. I go into work, I help all of my patients, all of these patients who are sharing their stories. I see them every day get better and better. Patients who they never thought they would ever get to go home, and then we get to get them go home because of our clinical knowledge and what we do. When I go on Twitter and when I go on TikTok and someone's mad at me because I fucking, hit somebody on, I don't care. I don't. I bet y'all canceled me like 5 times. I'm still here. We're back. We're back. I'm annoying. I'm an annoying person. Me and you, we have something in common because we both agree. If anything, let's huddle together by the fire and share some stories. And especially y'all posting those mean stuff. I'm hitting you on the chair. I don't care. You're getting hit on the chair, boo boo. You're gonna be there, and I'm gonna be swinging. You're gonna post it. I'm gonna look bad. I'm not looking up my name. I learned that 4 years ago. But I'm gonna be hitting you on the chair. And then I'm gonna have to buy you something on your wish list because the agreement is that if you catch me hitting you on the chair, then I have to buy you something on your wish list. So, get mad at me and then you get something on your wish list. So when we both are prospering here. But with that being said, the shoutcasting has been eye-opening. Eli has been doing a fantastic job. I've enjoyed Hikaru as well. And so one of the questions is rather, um, is there potential for future shoutcasters? Absolutely. There's going to be potential for everybody. Shoutcasting teams, pro teams, that's where my focus is on the server. How to build it, how to grow it. I'm not an expert in that, but we're doing the best that we can. And I think we're doing okay. What's going on there? How you all doing over there? You guys doing good? So, what questions do we have? Start popping the questions. I'm looking at both chats. I'm looking at y'all over there on TikTok. Y'all hated me for like 3 days, but I think we're good. I think we've repaired our relationship. If we haven't, that's okay. I want to just keep buying you flowers and chocolates. That's what Google told me to do. How's everybody over doing over here? Are you on a cut? Are you on a cut or a bulk? I'm cutting right now. I'm starting to cut a little bit, but I haven't been focusing too much on the gym. I need to get back to that, but I'm not even worried about that until the tournament ends. Like we're just we are just genuine. I'm like my head is like above water like this. But like I'm like looking up to get the nostril above the water, so it's not like this. It's but we're doing good. We're doing okay. You and Eli are a funny duo. I'm glad that you said that, and I appreciate that comment. Eli, I don't think that Eli has ever worked with somebody like me on live feed, probably ever since Grizzly. So he's used to a little bit more like, a little bit um more professional for starters. I think that he's used to more of like the talk about the gameplay and stuff. So for him to have to adapt to somebody like me that's a little bit more dynamic, um, it's tough for him to do this for so long. Um, and I think that he's doing a fantastic job. I think that sometimes the shoutcasting community, they can be a little bit of snobs because we all have our different opinions on like, oh, you should do it like this, you should do it like that. Well, you should be more professional. You shouldn't be talking about this. You should be saying this. But like how Game and Grizzly and I always were is that we were never like that. We always just went on live feed and then we did our thing and you either like it or you don't. We can't really do much with that, although there is a few things that we can improve on. So Grizzly and I, as shoutcasters, have always been a little bit more relaxed, and we had a very perfect dynamic. Because Grizzly was more of the entertainer at the time, and I was more of like a little bit entertainer and more of like what's professionally going on. And now it's like I can't adopt that role because I've been gone for so long. So I do a little bit more of the entertainment, but this also isn't an official tournament. So we're a little bit more loose than what we would be. That dial is a little bit higher up. And so there's going to be people, oh, the shoutcasting is this, shoutcasting is that. And I think that they have every right to express their opinion, and that's okay. But from where I'm at my point in life, I'm more so of like, this is where I'm at. There's a way to give me proper feedback, especially on Discord or private conversations. Going on Twitter and shitting on me, I'm never gonna, I'm never gonna see it, and B, at that point, I'll never work with you again. And I've already, there's people who take the notes on all that stuff for me. It's like, if that's the type of negative person you are, I want nothing to do with you, ever. Like, it's not our style. So, Eli has been a fantastic. He's had to carry me. He's had to talk a lot, and then at the same time, I've never been able to just shoutcast. We're worried about like the graphics, the transitions and stuff. So then that puts a bigger burden on him, and that's not fair to him. And same thing with Hikaru, right? Like Hikaru wants to come into this, and they wanna practice and get better at it, and then it's like when I'm like literally trying to figure out the situation going on over here on Discord, that puts a lot of pressure on somebody like Hikaru. Because now it's like, Hikaru, I'm so sorry, but I got to figure this like we got a problem over here, graphics or teams or like members or disputes or whatever, which happens naturally in tournaments. So I think that this has put a lot of pressure on both of them, and Hikaru's doing great. And I think that Eli is really just, I think that this is challenging Eli to be more dynamic than he's ever had to have been. All right, let's see. Who are the 12 teams you've been interested in from the tourney? I'm not going to tell those 12 teams because it's insulting to all of the other teams. And I think the other thing too is that it's not about writing down 12 teams that you think that are good. It's the fact that that's what I've been able to see so far. But there's so many other teams that I never got to see their gameplay. There's other teams that all joined as randoms and they got allocated to a team. There's other teams that are using this tournament to have a little bit more fun. They're not like trying to go super meta. So what I can tell you is that that number is to say that it blew us out of proportion, like on a level that no one expected. No one. There is not one high tier team right now that I'm aware of that's like, we expected this. I talked to Rival, they did not expect this. They were like, maybe we'd have 4 teams. They're looking at this and they're like, dude, I've never, like, I talked to Eli tonight, and Eli is like, I never knew that this server was this competitive until now, because we provided that opportunity to show it. And that's my argument, is that we need more opportunities. I'm going to keep trying to provide those opportunities, but it would be nice if we could get NetEase involved in that. Because then you don't got to worry about what Persuadable thinks. You don't got to worry about what I think about your team. You don't got to worry about my arbitrary opinion. I'm not really looking for that power at all. I would rather actually have none of that. I'd rather just be able to go on live feed and fuck around. But there's that competitive, spirited side of me, and I'm locking into that. So, what's your plan after this? Do you want to have another tourney before Koa? If not, will you wait until summer IVT as well? So I think the preliminary plan here is to have a 2v8 tournament. Somehow figure this out between like sometime in January, maybe February, depending on that. If I can't get the timing down right on that and we wait for the COLA qualifiers, we can have a 2v8 tournament sometime in February. That's a long time from now. So I'd probably hold a different tournament on a different video game, like Roblox. Because like I said, Persuadable is gonna be I'm gonna be doing more than just Identity 5. So I have separate plans for Persuadable, just as I similarly do with the overall growth of the server and whatnot. So it's gonna depend because the qualifiers are about to happen. So we have to try to account for that because we don't want to hold a tournament that will get in the way of rank. But what I will tell you is that future tournaments are going to be extremely strict. Like, tournament is on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You must be here on these times. If you cannot be here on these times, you do not qualify. Do not apply. If you apply and you're not there, your whole team will be disqualified. We can't do that in this tournament because there's been too many changes from us as organizers. So in the future, we're not going to get 64 teams because we're going to have very strict layouts. Like, here are the times. If you can't be here, you do not apply. That's it. Same thing if we ever have an esports league. If esports time is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at these times, if your teammates can't be here during these times, because it's going to be once a week for you if we have 8 or 10 teams, you do not apply. You get kicked out of the league. That's how it works in China. That's how it works in Japan. But we can't do that because we have made so many changes. And now we're just trying to finish this tournament up. So in the future, to answer your question, it's really going to depend on the timing of the COA qualifiers. This is the busy time. After COA, that's where it's free time. That's where we come back in and hit full throttle. So how excited are you for the matches this weekend? Oh, I'm so excited. Wizard. Hi, Wizard. I've seen you. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Because I don't think that people realize that when you get to your final, you have to be eliminated twice. So like as an example, right? What's going on, beloved Dre? Thank you so much for the follow. So say if Globe, as an example, I'm just making this up. And we shouldn't presume that Globe is automatically going to make it because there's other good teams there. But just work with me here. If Globe goes all the way to the top, right? And then it's Globe against another team. When Globe beats that team, they go down in the bracket. So that person now goes down in the bracket. That team that's waiting there now goes against that team. The winner of that team goes back up. Then we hit the finals. We hit a 5-round final, which doesn't happen until the finals. Technically, the team that pops back up has to beat that other team in 2 5-round matches. Because say if Globe, like as an example, FNE Globe, anybody, say if Globe is there, if they eliminate the other team, say if Rival, who's in the bottom bracket, pops back up, now Rival has to beat Globe twice. They don't just battle once in a 5-round. They got to battle twice because whatever team is left in the top bracket, the rules of this tournament is that you must be eliminated twice. So if Rival works their way back up there, and if Globe is there and Rival comes back up, now you're talking about Rival versus Globe, and they got to beat them in 2 separate 5-round games. That's a very long tournament. And that's what's very exciting. And of course, if Globe wins or FNE or whoever's in the top bracket, if they win that first 5-round, which we haven't seen 5-round yet, especially with all of these adjustments to the hunters and the characters, then they win. So, but if they lose the 5-round, again, this is the first tournament with all of these global bans. This is now going to be the first tournament with Goatman. And now because of all of these buffs and nerfs, this is going to be the first tournament with all of the nerfs of these hunters because there's no way for us to really control for it. This weekend is up in the air. This weekend is completely up in the air. We have no idea who's going to win. None. So yeah, I'm extremely excited. And then when the tournament ends, I'm going on a very long nap. Let's see. This tournament is a great start, but it's a long way to get to the same level as the other servers. Oh, for sure. I mean, for 5 years we've been trying to get to the other servers, and we have 2 teams that go. But other, Japan, don't they have 4? Doesn't China have over 8? You know, so we got to build it up, and it took them 5 years. It's a long strategy. We got a lot to do. So, do you have snow? Yes, I do have snow. What happened to Rival? Rival lost against Globe. They lost against Globe. They're in the bottom bracket. They're still progressing towards the bottom bracket. I know who's in the lead, the top 5, and who's in the bottom 5. I know who's in the lead, the top 5, and who's in the bottom 5. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Why do you keep sending the same thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Twins. Oh, you guys are talking to each other, I think. Is the Friday stream confirmed in addition to Saturday and Sunday? I'm leaning towards 70% likelihood that we're gonna have a Friday stream. But just give me a little bit of time with that one. I don't pay attention because I have one job. So who are the teams left? Are there a lot or last time I looked at the brackets, we're about 75% of the way through. We can look at that in a little bit for sure. Darkwood's not being in this tournament. Let me see. Oh, there we go. We got some of those folks on TikTok. There we go. Yeah, because he allowed certain people in the tournament till people kept spreading awareness. LMAO. Actually, that's not true. We're working not only with the Department of Homeland Security, but the NCMEC. But please keep spreading misinformation. You look extremely fucking stupid right now. And that's what's so beautiful about being in this situation now where I don't have to be so silent about things. So let's see what else we got. Not room for a tournament organization, never will be. Don't watch it, don't support it, because it's not going to be any serious stuff like that should involve the authorities. It should involve actually real life investigators. You don't like it, I don't care. Trolls are trolls. So fed up with some of you. Fucking exhausting to deal with. Would you buy SMM Merc? Absolutely I would. SMM, what a fantastic clan y'all are. It's been so great talking to you all one-on-one. One is the My Leg diss track. It's coming out eventually. Persuade, how do you feel about the Darkwoods in rank? I'm pissed because I haven't even been able to really play in 3 weeks, so I'm already struggling. If Asylum ever gets put in the rank, I'll just delete the game. I hear you on that. 100%. Hypersway, it's Frick. Why are we being such big meetings? What's going on, Frick? How are you? I still appreciate you. And you know what? You stayed in that chat. You stayed in the chat. We talked it out. It's not about who wins, who loses. I think that you're a great person. All I know is that you're passionate. You're the type of people that I hope one day got my back when I'm old and I need the government to help me. Let's see what else that we got. Let's see. Oh, I see Steph. Well, no, I wish. Yeah. Eli, are you streaming lower brackets today? I think that Eli is streaming some of here's the problem. We have so many games that are going on at the same time tonight. So we don't really know what to do with that. What's going on, Josie? Hi, Tony. How are you? What's going on, Splatoon? How you doing, lovely? Oh, Ryo, don't even care about it. It's people coming in here being losers. Fuck them. This makes me wonder if they'll let us play IDV in retirement homes. They better. They absolutely better. They better. If I'm just sitting there in a wheelchair, just give me Identity 5 so I can I can yell and we'll be all right. Can you imagine that being in a retirement home? You start screaming and the damn nurse has a heart attack running in there thinking that you fell or you have something serious and you're just pissed because the hunter pulled off a good move. It's exactly what it is. So, I just joined. Is everything okay? Absolutely. We 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 are doing well. We are doing great. This is the last weekend was a successful weekend. Upcoming weekend is gonna be hopefully even more successful, and it's gonna be the finals. So we're 100% like on the ball here. What's your plan for the games after maintenance? The balance changes are gonna cause a weird shift in the meta that players may not have time to get used to. Keeful, the only thing in that case, and you're totally right, is that they're all in the same position. And that's why like the end results of this tournament is going to genuinely it doesn't necessarily reflect on teams because and this is why we also have the prize pool where it's $125 per team for the top 12 teams. There is no like if you come in first you win more money than second or third. It's just if you place in the top 12 your team gets money and how you distribute that is among yourselves, right? So it's definitely going to be one of those situations where because we can't reasonably get NetEase to prevent a huge update like this, it's like we're in the final weekend. All teams are going to be dealt with that same shaky hands, but really everything about this tournament is to make sure that everyone's prepared for the February one. What's going on, Scout? How are you? Yeah, IDV is in the middle of a maintenance update. Give me 1 second. Do 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 do. I also think the majority of people are okay with Goatman and Shadow getting nerfed this week. Yeah, probably. So, what do you all consider high tier now as someone who has reached Dragon back and see? I don't know the answer to that one, Jose. By the way, tired and hungry. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Same thing with you, Ruby Leam. Mm-hmm. Do do. Let me see. How do I do? I really don't know about this. So here's the thing, right? So I wanted to come on here and answer some of the questions. Um, we have a lot of adjustments to the game and whatnot. I am gonna get going soon. I may come back actually a little bit later on. Um, I haven't decided on that because we're so focused on the tournament. But let me get back to the tournament organizers. Let's figure out, maybe Eli could have a stream and I can have a stream and we can have two separate brackets. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, I'm gonna end the stream. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. This has been a quick like 40-minute stream, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay? You all so far have a great night. We might be back. We're about to find out. No idea. We're gonna be on every night.